Flair defends the WCW Championship against Hogan, against Sting, and against Page, and Savage is the guest referee. That's a huge match. But no, there's no joke here. That is a huge match. Shut up and take my money, alright? Play the damn music. Gentlemen, and welcome to this. It's another episode of 1999 Sucks Revisited. Now, if you're new to my videos, just give me 2 seconds to explain that once upon a time, many moons ago, I did a series called 1999 Sucks. Now, we all know that 1999 was the heights of the Attitude Era, was it not? Raw, Nitro were pretty damn fantastic television at times, but the pay-per-views of 1999 have a thing of they were quite shit. Let's put it as brutally honest as we can. Now, I can hear you asking, why on earth are you doing a series of a series since you've already reviewed these shows? Well, when I did the original 1999 Sucks series, we didn't do it on the month-by-month way that we do these things these days. We just did whichever pay-per-view came into my head first. Like, let's watch this one. So I missed a lot of shows. So that's why, all these years later, I think it's 6 years later, we're going back and reviewing them again. That is why. Okay, so this is one of the ones that we did before. I remember hating the show. I remember enjoying 2 matches on it. Let's see how it holds up now. So, it's April the 11th, 1999, and we are live at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. There are 17,690 fans on hand. The usual 3 idiots are on commentary, and of course they have to run down the show before we start. Our opening contest is Juventud Guerrera defeating Blitzkrieg in a good opener. Blitzkrieg, who is billed as being from the cosmos. That's very specific, isn't it? Tony and Bobby rip on Tenay as the match starts. Basically, the two of them imply that they don't watch Thunder at all. Which is weird. Why would you bury your own product? Is one of those weird things. So, nice mat work from Juvi leads to a great counter sequence that in turn leads to a nice tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Blitzkrieg. Juvi responds with a head scissors, hits a handspring elbow in the corner, but gets a nice springboard dropkick and a great suicide dive when Blitzkrieg tries to bail. In the ring, he gets 2 off a brainbuster and follows with a surfboard stretch. Blitzkrieg comes back with a dropkick that puts Juvi on the outside. Blitzkrieg jumps off the top, but Juvi dropkicks him in midair because he can, if no other reason. Back inside, Juvi tries a tilt-a-whirl that Blitzkrieg counters, putting Juvi on the outside. Inside, they trade moves until Juvi can get a great DDT for 2, which brings the crowd back into it, because at this point they'd started to flag. Up top, where it looks like they want to do a super reverse DDT that they counter in midair, they almost put off. It's one of those that could have looked really good. I bet on paper that looked absolutely fantastic, but it just didn't quite right. Blitzkrieg misses a 450 splash, but is able to counter the Juvi driver. He goes up top, gets a sloppy looking Rana, and they go up the top again, where Juvi delivers a top rope Juvi driver, which gets the win at 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Decent little match, this one. Decent time, good moves. Crowd were alright once they got back into it. There was a couple of sloppy little moments, but overall, good way to start the match. I hope this pay-per-view continues like this. I've gone 3.5 stars. Next up, Triple B, which of course is Bam Bam Bigelow. I just put Triple B because it makes me smile. Defeating Hack in a rubbish match. It's a hardcore match as well. This is another one of those times, we talk about it so often on these videos, why I don't like hardcore wrestling. Because the very first thing they do is brawl on the entranceway, right? And there's a sort of carriage set up on the entranceway, and basically Hack puts Bam Bam Bigelow on a table next to this stagecoach, climbs up onto the coach and does a swanton bomb off the coach onto Bam Bam Bigelow through the table, right? That is a big move. That should win the match, shouldn't it? Don't be doing that first. That should be the last spot that you do, surely. But fuck it, let's do some weapon shots and some brawling after that. Brawling. Tony Schiavone remarks that these trash cans They sound good when they're being used, but they don't hurt very much. Tony Schiavone actually laughs his way through this match, basically burying Hardcore for us all. How's that sound? Another Swanton Bomb, this one onto a ladder. Does he pin? Does he fuck? Tony tells us that he likes a man who brings his own safety rail into the ring. He doesn't follow that up with why he does, he just does. How's that sound? A table is set on the outside. A ladder is set up. Hack climbs but is knocked through the table. Is that the finish? Fuck no it isn't. Hack eats ladder. Eats safety rail as well, where he tries a coast to coast that fails miserably. Chastity's in. She eats a fire extinguisher so Hack can get the white Russian leg sweep. They go up top where Triple B gets greetings from Asbury Park through another conveniently placed table that gets the win at 11 minutes and 15 seconds. The best part of this match was the opening sequence. That looked fucking great. What I'll do, I'll give this one star because they did some pretty damn ridiculous spots. I've tried to sort of breeze through it as fast as I could. Like the coast to coast. He tries a coast to coast, right? That he's got Hack comes off doing the coast to coast, and Triple B's lying against his guardrail. He moves out of the right way. He moves out of the way at the right moment, and of course, Hack comes down on the guardrail. It looks nasty as fuck. It's just that it's all meaningless. It's all sloppy. I mean, it's not all sloppy. It's just there's some sloppy bits in there. There's no story. There's no selling. There's no nothing. Don't like hardcore wrestling in the slightest, as you know. I'll give it 1 star though, because I'm nice. And for what it was, because it wasn't just meaningless weapon shots, which is what you're seeing in the WWF at this time in their hardcore matches. As that's end. So, next up, Scotty Riggs defeating Mikey Whipwreck in a rubbish match. Riggs comes out with a mirror that on it says, better looking each day, which is quite a stretch because this is not an attractive man. Anyway, Whipwreck still has no music, which I'm sure you'll be pleased about. There is quite literally nothing of note in this match whatsoever, other than there is one thing of note, and that is a great big boring chant. Hooray! Well done, WCW. Riggs wins with a flying forearm. No one cares. Next up, speaking of no one caring, Konnan defeating Disco for Inferno in a rubbish match. My notes here saying capital letters, oh great, 2 workers that I can't stand. Disco doesn't like Konnan's music, so so they're having a match about it. Hooray! Why the fuck not? That's better than nothing, I suppose. Konnan calls Disco a straight up strawberry. Those are fighting words, folks. That's like the goofy spoon that Hogan called Nash on the 4th of January Impact. Been a long day. Nitro. A straight up strawberry. Do you know, if someone called me a straight up strawberry, I'd be absolutely devastated. I'd be wounded, mate. Those are fighting words, but I mean, it's still like, come on, man. They're saying you're a dick, and they're saying you're a straight up strawberry. I would much prefer to be called a dick. Damn. Even Bobby Heenan questions it. What the fuck does that mean? Sort of thing. Crowd are so damn hot for Konnan, but he's so poor in the ring. Disco helps me out with this one with a chin lock because he's evil. I hate you, and I hate your music video, so I'm going to chin lock the shit out of you. Disco gets an elbow off Brett's rope that puts on a second chin lock. It's that sort of match. It's very dull. Cradle DDT by Konnan wakes me up, but it's just for a second, it only gets 2. Disco wants a stunner. It's countered into one of his own by Konnan, which gets the win at 9:15. Better than the last match, but only just. The last match was a dud, this one's half. Next. Come on, give us something good. Rey Mysterio defeating Billy Kidman in a good match. These two are the tag team champions. They are having this match with just because, to be honest. There's no video package for this one, you see. No, I jest, of course. Rey beat Kidman for the belt on Nitro in a cracking match, and this is the rematch. There we go. So, after a handshake, we start off with some lovely chain wrestling. Kidman gets a crossbody to the outside and the crowd have gone silent. Don't give a fuck inside. They pop when Kidman is whipped into the rail, but obviously go dead when Kidman puts on a chin lock. Which you want to see in a cruiserweight match like this, don't you? Rey goes for moonsault. Kidman catches him and tries to ram him into the rail, but Rey is able to counter that, so Kidman goes into the rail. Rey falls with a Rana. He hits the steps on the way down, and he looks mad. He looks angry about something. This isn't quite clicking sort of thing, you know? He has a springboard senton and a lion salt for 2. Kidman comes back with a running bomb for 2, followed by a backbreaker that also gets 2. And it's very dangerous because he could have broken his back with that. Very, very dangerous move. Gets a sit-out bomb again for 2. And we go outside where Kidman gets a running shooting star press off the apron. Mike Tenay, the professor, calls it a running moonsault. And Tony's like, no, that was a shooting star press. And Tony's like, oh yeah, so it was. And Tony's like really pleased. Like, I got one right. Oh dear me. Kidman goes up top, but he's drop kicked out of the air by Ray, who sets up Kidman on the top and hits a super bulldog for 2. Kidman comes back with a power slam, then puts on a chin lock. For reasons, I don't get this one at all. Crowd had come alive for those last few spots. That super bulldog is apparently Rey Mysterio's new finishing move, so they don't really pop for that one. Chin lock. Killed them dead. Killed them dead. Ray springboard somersaults to the outside. That's when Kidman escapes back into the ring. He tries to dive, but Kidman gets a running lariat and puts on a 3rd chin lock. Wow. Ray escapes and gets a Rana. He misses a charge and runs into the ring post. But fuck that selling shit. He turns around instantly. You've just gone shoulder first into the ring post. Fuck it. X Factor time. Oh, yeah. Kidman responds with the pedigree because he can. He goes up top and gets 2 off a sunset to flip a bomber. Another bulldog off the top only gets 2 for Ray. Kidman gets 2 off a bulldog of his own, but Ray comes back with a guillotine leg drop and a standing moonsault. Shooting star press by Kidman is countered so Ray can get the win with a top rope boring standard Rana. Not a great match. No selling or story times. Just some moves with no flow. And when they just started getting some sort of flow going, 3 times, they just started getting some... Oh, fuck off, window. Let me try that again, shall we? How are we going to hear the emergency vehicles if the window's shut? 3 times they just got the flow going into the match. And then Kidman puts on a chin lock for no reason at all other than the obvious planning the next spots. It really killed my enjoyment for this match. It really, really did. Really did. It's not a bad match, it's just not great. And to be honest, with the Cruiserweight, I prefer the opening contest. Next up, match of the night was Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit defeating Raven and Perry Saturn in a good match. Now on paper, this will be match of the night, won't it? I've got rid of my notes here. These 2 teams have been feuding for this last few weeks. Saturn and Raven helped Rey Mysterio and Kidman to win the tag team champions by hitting the even flow on Dean, which is quite a heely thing to do, is it not? Oh, and just to annoy me, Raven comes out to his Fed tune, which irritates the shit out of me. So, lots of this one, okay? So Perry and Benoit start us off. They do some nice chain wrestling. When Perry bails to the outside, Dean tries to dive onto him, but Perry notices and essentially sort of just, all he needs to do is sort of go, oh, ha-ha! He comes down and goes, bam, atomic drop style on his knee. Good stuff. Saturn and Raven control Benoit. They distract the referee. They make quick tags. They even do double team moves. Happy days. They even do a total elimination, which is a nice touch. The Horsemen are able to turn the tide when Raven is dropkicked outside, and Arn Anderson, who is out with the Horsemen, lays in the boots. They double team Raven. They distract the referee. They do quick tags. It's effective. So why... Right, it's one of those things in tag team wrestling, is that the heel team do all these things. They do quick tags, and they do double team moves, and they distract the referee. It's one of those... But why don't the babyfaces ever do that? Because it clearly works. So now you've got the Horsemen doing it. No problem with that at all. Raven gets a few kicks and tags pin Perry, who cleans house. Then he and Raven hit Dean with a Doomsday device, because why not? Deathfly Driver is countered, and the Horsemen do a superb dropkick / German suplex combo. Even Flow is countered. Cloverleaf on Perry in the middle of the ring by Dean, but he crawls through the ropes. Death Valley Driver gets a monster pop for Perry Saturn, but it only gets 2 when Benoit hits a diving headbutt to break the cover. Benoit gets a backbreaker on Perry, which is very... Oh, we've done that one. Then Dean gets a main event sleeper, which Raven breaks. Perry gets a sunset flip on Benoit as the energy seems to have dropped from the match. This film continues as Dean puts on a chin lock. But it does get the crowd behind Perry, so this one is acceptable. Perry counts out of it with a belly back suplex. He gets the hot tag to Raven, who cleans house. Arn Anderson throws a chair into the ring, but Raven gets it, fuck off, and hits a drop toe hold, which the ref allows. You know, the drop toe hold onto the chair. Surely that should be a disqualification for using a weapon, but the ref goes, me, whatever. Benoit ends up on a table on the outside, so Perry can dive onto him. Of course, Benoit moves, so Saturn goes through the wood. Into the finishing sequences, Dean rams the chair into Raven's face. Raven doesn't like that one bit, so hits him with the even flow. Arn Anderson in to knock Raven down. Benoit puts the chair on Raven's face and does his diving headbutt onto the chair. It's one of those suspension of disbelief time, got out of the window sort of thing. It's like, I just don't, it's one of those, I am not going to do my diving headbutt. No, 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 no. I'm going to put this chair on and dive head first onto this chair. It does the right thing though, because Benoit does a blade job as he's selling the move. Malenko drapes an arm over Raven to get the win for the Horsemen at 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Really enjoyed this one. Felt like a very 80s tag match. Had a nice slow pace. What I really buzzed about this one is it was a complete break from the norm. It was completely different to the majority of tag matches that you see. So when that happens, I tend to pop for it and go, yeah, like that one a lot. They threatened to lose the crowd at one point, but the crowd did stay with them the majority of the time. Good stuff. Not so good is next up, Scott Steiner defeating Booker T in an OK match to become the new US champion. Footage of Ric Flair stripping Scott Hall of the United States Championship beforehand, and then we get told that there was a tournament to crown a new champion, and it's gone down to Booker T and Scott Steiner, surprisingly. Booker is the TV champion going into this one, so it was one of those, yeah, pretty certain I know who's going to win this match. Oh, here's one I haven't missed. Stalling from Scott Steiner. So much of it. In fact, there's so much of it that in this 15-minute match, I'm sorry, I'm losing my pants. One of the problems about losing weight is that your pants start to fall down. Yeah, one of the problems if you've got a 15-minute match is we've got so much time to kill, so we must stall. So much stalling. Arguing with the fans is the majority of it. Tony says that Booker T could care less about the stalling. Doesn't say how much though, which is a big thing for someone like me. How am I meant to know how much he could care less without you telling us? Anyway, we start off with a dropkick and arm drag, so Steiner bails to the outside. Back in, he lays in some beats, making sure to argue with the fans between punches, which is funny. Booker encourages him to argue with them by chucking him to the outside, then hits a clothesline off the apron and introduces Scotty to the rail. We brawl on the outside some more, then go inside where Scott does a move, then poses. He does a move and then poses. Then he does a move and then poses, and he discontinues for a while. The best part about this entire match is that at this point, these fans start a steroids, steroids, steroids chant at Steiner. And this chant, it gets quite loud. You can't ignore it. It's one of those, my missus just goes, are they chanting steroids? Like, yes, they are. Yeah, she hasn't been paying attention to this entire show. But it's that one bitch, because, like I say, are they chanting steroids? Like, yes, they are, honey. Yes, they are. Ha! Scott is an evil bastard. He kicks Booker T full force in the testicles. That's quite mean, isn't it? The referee doesn't disqualify him because this is WCW where disqualifications don't happen. The commentators, to be fair, cover it by saying that the referee is scared of Booker T. Of Scott Steiner, so won't disqualify him. I suppose we'll give him that one. Vertical suplex is counted into a DDT by Booker. Referee is bumped, obviously. Axe kick, flapjack, and of course a spinneroonie and a side kick for Booker T, but no referee. Booker revives the refs, so Steiner takes him out because of reasons. Booker gets spinebuster. That again is called a sidewalk slam by Tony because he's a moron. Booker goes up top, but is crotched, and then he's hit with a great-looking Frankensteiner by Scott. Scott uses the referee's arm to count, and you're thinking this is going to be it, but Booker T kicks out before the three. Booker goes for a vertical suplex, but Scotty pulls something out of his tights and nails Booker in the face, like as he's upside down sort of thing. Bosh! He covers and gets the win at 15 minutes and 55 seconds. But this one is a genuinely tough match to rate because the stalling, while entertaining in small doses, gets infuriating after all. Just fucking wrestle! I hated the finish. I really did. The action was good. There was no selling though. Let's go 2.5 stars because we're particularly nice. And I'm in a very good mood today. Shut up, birds. Hey, we need something. There's no emergency vehicle, right? At the internet position, Rey Mysterio talks about his match tonight. We can just about hear the audio, so that's good. Goldberg defeating Kevin Nash in our semi-main tonight. Nash defeated Bill at Starrcade, as we know, taking both his streak and his title off him. Bill wants revenge. See, folks, sometimes it's the nice, simple storylines that are the best. Nash has Luger and Liz with him, but fuck that! All we care about in this match is how many bumps will Kevin Nash take? Now then, in a rematch like this, you're thinking to yourself, he's going to bump like a boss. So I'm going to go with 2. Spear, jackhammer. How's that sound? Nash says the Wolfpack are in the whatever that means. I know I've done it 100 times. It just makes me smile. Nash controls with knees and punches and chokes with a foot. Liz distracts the referee so Nash can go low, which bothers me because the last match, he did a low. Steiner just went, hey, low blow time, bang. Didn't even bother trying to get the referee distracted. Crowd chant, we want Sting. The commentators talk about the main event, so no one's interested in this big grudge match. Sidewalk slam gets 2 for Nash. And are you ready for this one? Because you're going to be impressed. Goldberg comes back with a shoulder tackle, a butterfly suplex, and a spin kick. He wants the spear, but Nash leapfrogs over him, which is quite impressive, so the referee is bumped. This means that Luger can come in, obviously. He hits Goldberg with a terrible-looking chair shot. Nash wants the jackknife, but Goldberg uses the testicular claw. He gets rid of Luger with an atomic drop. Oh, yes, he does. Spear for Nash. Jackhammer. That's 5, and that's the winner. 7 minutes and 41 seconds even. Good, 5 bumps and a clean win. Is Nash in a good mood today? Jesus Christ. Short, to the point, not really very great. Didn't enjoy this one at all, I'm afraid. Star and a half. That was my enjoyment of this one. Okay, and finally, just give me a second. DDP defeating Sting, Hulk Hogan, and Ric Flair in a 4-way match to win the WCW Championship. Flair is defending the championship, as we all know. He won the championship at Uncensored by defeating Hogan in that abomination of his First Blood Steel Cage bollocks match that we saw. Randy Savage is the guest referee in this one because of reasons. He has some bird. Sorry, we'll do that one again. He has some bird called Gorgeous George with him, and he looks like just before he came to the curtain, he stuck a bike pump into his arm. He's fucking enormous, guys. He looks so roided up, it's unreal. Okay, so he's got an engine. So after a bit of brawling, because this match is crap, it's really hard to keep up with it as well. So if I've missed bits, I do apologise. After a bit of brawling, Sting goes to the Scorpion Deathlock on Page, who quickly escapes. Hogan and Flair brawl on the outside as Page gets a crap-looking neckbreaker for 2. Sting gets a Stinger Splash for 2 when Flair breaks it. Flair goes up top. Guess what happens? Page and Sting brawl on the outside while Hogan and Flair go at it in the ring, complete with belt shots by Hogan and a rake of the eyes by Flair. Savage lets all of these go, just isn't arse in the slightest. Sting gets a deathlock on Page while Hogan gets a leg drop on Flair. I can't contain how excited I am about this match, as you can probably tell. Sting has to break the hold and the cover. Flair clips the knee of Hogan and starts to work on it, leading to a figure 4 leg lock while Page and Sting brawl on some more. Page gets rid of Flair and ring post figure 4 Hogan because he can. Thing is, Hogan's fucked his knee up, so out comes a trainer. Hogan is fucked. He has to be escorted to the back. I don't know if this is legit or not. I've got to be honest, I don't actually care because it probably makes the match better for it. Now it's a 3-way match. But wait, here's Eric Bischoff, who hasn't been seen in ages. Well, he comes out to check on his best mate Hogan. Why not? Sting and Flair go at it while Page watches because he's a clever man. He waits until he can get a clear shot in, hits a lariat on Sting. That gets 2. Page and Sting got it. The cutter is reversed. Sting wants a tombstone pile driver, but Page counters into one of his own. Never seen him do that one before. Flair gets rid of Page but gets superplexed. Flair gets a belly to back suplex and locks on a sleeper. Then Page comes in with a sleeper of his own. So we've got a 3-way sleeper. Oh yeah, isn't that a 2-way sleeper? I mean, there's 3 guys, but it's 2 sleepers. So it's not a 3-way move at all, is it? Double Jawraker stops that. This crowd, who have barely made a sound all match, right? All 3 men are down, right? Savage, 1, 2, 3. Crowd gleefully chant along with him. Weird crowd. Page and Flair whack Sting, who no-sells and hooks up, hitting a double clothesline, hits some punches, hits a bulldog on Page, a Stinger Splash on Flair, and then a Scorpion Deathlock on Flair, but Page breaks it. I'm sorry. We're falling down again, are we? Yes, we are, yes. as fuck staying in place. Scorpion Death Dock on Page. Figure 4 on Sting by Flair. But, Macho Man goes up top, hits the elbow on Flair. Flair and Page gets up first. Page is able to get a diamond cutter for the win and the championship at 17 minutes and 26 seconds. It's an okay at best match. Nothing special, with a crappy finish. But, I mean, coming out of it, you go, look, at least someone using the title picture. I'll give them that one. It remains to be seen whether Page is a decent, credible champion or not. It's quite a hot topic whether Page deserved the championship. I'm really hoping I get some comments about this down below. Because at the end of the day, you can't deny just how much Page has improved over the years. But main event / world champion caliber, I'm sorry, but I don't think so. I just don't. Anyway. Here's a scary fact, right? I'm going to give this show 6 out of 10, which means in 10 pay-per-views that I've watched from 1999 this year, this one's the best, believe it or not. It featured 5 matches that are 2 stars or over, with 2 matches hitting the 3-star. It's a shame that match 2, 3 and 4, especially 3 and 4 especially, are crap. If they'd been 2 stars, 2.5 stars, this would be a really good show. We'll go 6 out of 10 though. How's that sound? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sure are aware, I have been Mark P. This has been 1999 Sucked Revisited. What did you think of Spring Stampede 1999? It is, of course, available on the network. What I will say is, when I watched this on the network, it might have just been this. Might have been my internet, might have been the network playing up, but the Scott Steiner versus Booker T match played in 20-second segments, which was so irritating you wouldn't believe it. Yeah, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a lovely comment down below, follow me on Twitter, check me out on Facebook. I have been Mark P. As you all know, I'm going to go and chill out now. See you later, and take it easy. Bye-bye. Damn birds!